Did you know that according to a recent study, the average woman will have had 7 partners, 4 disaster dates, 1 live-in relationship, and 2 long-term relationships? If you've ever experienced anything remotely close to this, it might be hard to fathom how you could ever find the perfect partner. However, luckily, there are certain signs you can look for in a man that indicate that he might be the one for you. Today, on Charisma, we're going to look at the 10 qualities in a man that mean you should never let him go. Number 1, he listens to you. Have you ever returned home after a bad day at work, hoping to talk through things with your boyfriend, but then when you tried to talk to him, you found out he wasn't really listening or was distracted? Or maybe you keep trying to tell a new date that you're allergic to peanuts, but he keeps ordering Thai peanut noodles for the two of you. If you've ever dealt with a similar situation, whether revolving around something big or small, it probably made you feel irritated and unsupported, not to mention distant from your partner. That's because we rely on our partners to listen to and support us, and vice versa. One of the key qualities that shows that a man is someone to hold on to is their ability to engage in active listening, which is the ability not only to hear what you're saying, but also understand the intention behind it. This not only makes you feel loved and supported, but it also builds empathy between the two of you and enhances your bond. Number 2, he supports you. A great guy is not only someone who listens to you, but also supports you in what you're expressing. He's your cheerleader, encouraging you to go after your goals and supporting you through both the easy and the hard times. While he might have opinions on your goals and how you can achieve them, he won't bully you or push you into doing things his way. Instead, he'll try to understand why you're doing things a certain way and then continue to support you on your way to your goals. No matter what your goal is, he won't be someone who stands in the way of things, but rather someone who helps you along the way. Number 3, he makes you laugh. Did you know that, according to a recent study, women prefer men who can make them laugh? There's a reason for this. According to the researchers who carried out the study, women favor men who can make them laugh because it indicates that he has a good personality and it will fill your relationship with fun and joy. If you've ever gone through a tough time, you probably know that you want someone by you who won't just complain about how hard things are and make you feel worse. Rather, you want someone who can pick you up when you're feeling low and help you see the humor and joy in life. So, if you find a guy with this quality, take notice. Number 4, he makes you feel safe. A man to hold on to should make you feel safe, not just physically, but also emotionally. In other words, you should feel safe being your true self around him without worrying about him judging you or dismissing you. He'll honor your boundaries, whether physical or emotional, will understand when you just need time to yourself, and he won't pressure you to share personal details about yourself before you're ready. In addition to giving you emotional safety, he should also make you feel safe to be you, no matter how quirky or weird you think you might be. He won't make you feel self-conscious about wearing a ridiculous face mask around him or binge watching rom-coms on the weekend. Rather, he'll provide a safe space for you to be yourself. Lastly, a great man should be able to offer you physical safety as well. If someone were to try and harm you, you should know that he wouldn't hesitate to stand up to protect you and keep you safe. Number 5, he compromises. Just like a great friendship requires compromise, a great relationship also requires the ability to compromise in order to come to an agreement. A solid partner will understand that the world doesn't just revolve around them and their needs, but that they're in a partnership with another person who also has their own set of needs. For instance, if he really wants the two of you to go to a party together, but you're not feeling it and would rather stay home and watch a movie together, he may compromise and say something like, "We'll just stay at the party for an hour and then we can come back and end the night with a movie." This shows that he cares about you and your happiness and isn't self-absorbed. A man worth holding on to will understand that compromise, with both the big and the small things, is a key part of a healthy relationship. Number 6, he's working on himself. Have you ever dated someone for a long period of time only to look up from the relationship after 2 years and realize that you had gotten a new job, a new car, started working out, and started a meditation practice to work on your anxiety, but that your boyfriend hadn't changed at all? If so, then you may have the feeling that he's holding you back and that the relationship isn't meant to be. Whether it's starting a business, working out, taking online classes, or just diving into a new hobby that he loves, a man worth holding on to will constantly be challenging himself to grow in new ways. This will not only help the relationship stay fresh and exciting, but also allow the two of you to challenge each other and reach new heights. Number 7, he respects your values. Similar to how we talked about how important it is for the man you're with to support you emotionally and encourage you to be you, it's equally important that he respects your values, opinions, and beliefs. A man to hold on to will never ask you to sacrifice your core value system, whether that's your attitude towards having kids, getting married, having a certain type of career, or something else. While it's great if your values align, he'll recognize that they may not always line up. If they don't, he'll work to understand why you hold the beliefs that you do, and he won't try to force you to change so your beliefs align with his. Rather, he'll respect your values even if they differ from his. Number 8, he's reliable. While there's plenty of romance in long-term relationships, there's also a lot of practicality involved, especially if this involves sharing things like finances or a household. You might need to coordinate who's getting the groceries, who's paying the rent, and who's walking the dog. If you find a man who you can trust to stay true to his word, help with shared tasks, and rely on when things go wrong, you may want to hold on to him. Number 9, he has a high EQ. Studies show that women have higher levels of emotional intelligence, or EQs. This is a measure of the ability to manage your emotions in a positive, productive manner, communicate effectively, empathize, and work through conflict. However, even though men typically have lower EQs, that doesn't mean that there aren't men out there who don't have an equal, if not greater, EQ than you. You just have to find them. And if you do find one, they may be a keeper. A guy with a high EQ will be able to work through arguments without getting overly heated or upset. When he's angry, he'll be able to express why he's angry rather than just putting all of his anger on you or another person. Finally, when you're upset about something, he'll try to understand why you're upset and will help you work through the situation instead of just leaving you to deal with it all yourself. Sometimes you may want to just deal with it yourself, but he should at least ask. Number 10, he gets along with your family and friends. One of the best indicators that a guy is someone to hold on to is if he likes your family and friends, and if they like him back. If he's showing up to your family dinners, blowing balloons at your niece's birthday party, or helping you plan a surprise party for your best friend, it's a good sign. This is because a man who's invested in your family and friends is showing that he's invested in you on a deep level. He's interested in getting to know more about you and wants to be involved in your life in multiple ways. And if your friends and family like him back, that's an equally, if not more important indicator that he may be one to keep. Because more than anyone, our friends and family can tell when someone is, quote, good for us. Now you know the 10 qualities to look for in a man. But what about the signs that a friend is toxic? Keep watching Charisma to learn about that topic and many others.